welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. Guys, okay, so much to talk about. I am going to pre-record some of these videos on Sunday, and you will see them scattered throughout the week because things are a little bit busy right now. I promised to upload a Halloween house video last week, but I was unable to decorate because things were busy. So we haven't even decorated for Halloween yet, which is very uncharacteristic of us, but that's just 2020. Like, this year has been crazy for so many reasons. And with last week being the official start of back in school learning for my kids, it has been a week. So all the stuff that is usually taken care of in August has now been transferred into October, which means back to school shopping for school supplies. But the best part about that is Walmart super over ordered school supplies. Everything's clearanced out for like 75 cents, 50 cents, quarter. I got a little man a water bottle for his class because they don't use the water fountains anymore. So I got him a water bottle. 10 cents for a really nice plastic water bottle for his backpack. 10 cents. So I got 2 of those. I should have got like 10 because I could store them away for later on. But by the time I thought about it, they were gone. Of course. But we got school supplies for like super cheap. That was awesome. And school clothes shopping has been this weekend. The 6-year-old, hey, little man is easy. I went shopping while he was at school. The 15-year-old female, can I tell you? Not so much fun. But she is discovering, see, here's the thing. And if you don't have a teenage girl or a young female or young person in your life, you will not understand that they have like these new words for things now. Now, the word aesthetic has been around forever, but now these young people, and this is definitely making me feel old because I'm saying these young people are using the word aesthetic to form a style for themselves. And to meet the aesthetic, they have to dress a certain way. My daughter has this brain cloud that she's gonna meet an aesthetic. And her mom is like, no, you're not. You're not putting yourself in a box. So we're gonna say this like Grandma says, because in case of you're semi-new here, you haven't heard me talk about Grandma. Grandma is Mr. Cinnamon's grandmother, but she's the only grandmother I've ever had in my life. My birth grandmother died when I was 1.5, and that was a very traumatic thing. But Grandma is his grandma, but like she's clearly my grandma because I love her more than he does. She's my grandma, and I will fight him on that. Anyway, so Grandma is one of those people who, if you meet her, you will love her. If you meet her, you will admire her. And for me personally, because I don't have any background, like memories of, oh, Grandma was mean when I was little, or Grandma used to spank me. I don't have any of that history with her. I just have, I was an adult when I met her. So she's my adult grandma. And she is like this amazing woman who is so full of knowledge and wisdom and just life experience. So like I listen to everything she says. I don't always agree with her, but that's cool because like we have a mutual understanding. Like she don't always agree with me either. She'll put me in my place, but like, hey, I'm cool with that. I love her. I love Grandma. Okay, anyway, we're way off track. Grandma has always said she doesn't want to be categorized. And like, to me, that is brilliant. She doesn't want to be categorized by, we were talking one time about like background history, nationalities, bloodlines and all that. And she's like, I don't care what I am. I don't want to be put in a box. All right, then. I admire that. I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to be labeled as anything. I am different every day. You guys know this. I'm a little bit crazy. But anyway, so this whole idea that my daughter wants to be labeled and have an aesthetic drives me a little insane. She's already got her own style because she like very much is what they call emo, which is, I don't know, dark clothes. I mean, I went through that phase when I was a teenager. I loved dark clothes. The black clothes would hide my fat that I was embarrassed of. And so, like, I hid behind baggy black clothes. And then I moved on to, oh, I'm going to be comfortable all the time, so more jeans and a t-shirt. And now I'm just all over the place. Anyway, my style changes daily. Disney wear. Every day I could wear Disney wear. Anyway, you guys already know this. So anyway, back to school shopping with her was not fun. However, I bought myself this really pretty dress because I took her to Torrid, because most of my clothes come from Torrid. Let's just be real. I love Torrid. I bought this real pretty dress and a cardigan, and I picked out my clothes and I handed them to her, and then I went out into the mall and I was like, Mr. Cinnamon, can you go pay for that? So he went in and actually picked me out another thing because I didn't know they were having a sale. Like, if you buy one regular price thing, you get the next thing half off. So he went and got me an additional cardigan, and I love cardigans in this cooler weather. Anyway, you guys see, it's been a busy week. We have a lot going on. I still have, in this room of all places, little man's clothes. By the way, he is giant for a 6-year-old. I had to buy him size 12 because he's like up to here on me. I'm 5'9", he's up to here on me. So, yeah. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk to you guys about today is I got a bunch of Happy Mail last week. I actually have one Happy Mail package that reached my city but never reached my post office. And it's been there since the 13th, so I don't know when I'm going to get that. So, the person who sent that to me, you know who you are. I haven't got it yet. So, if it's not in here, it's not that I forgot to show yours. It's just it has not arrived at my post office yet. And that is another thing we need to talk about. The post office, you guys know, my mail lady that comes to my house is very, very reliable. I know that I'm getting my mail with her. UPS, FedEx, not so much. My post office lady, like, she will correct mail. Like, if it's, we had a package that was labeled our address, was in my app saying it was coming to our address, but it was for the neighbors across the street. And she saw that it was for them and delivered it there instead of at the physical address that was written on the box. So she's good. Anyway, post office, not so much. And let me show you. Okay, first of all, this is something I ordered, so I'll show you that in a minute. And then I got, let me get organized. It's in a box over here. I had to rearrange it because there was so much that I had to move stuff around. You have to be careful because some of it is very breakable. Okay, now I'm going to apologize to someone, to two people. I'm going to apologize to you. The reason I'm going to apologize to you is because this is what happened. I got a box from Robbie. Robbie told me she was sending me a box. I didn't realize how much was going to be in this box, Ms. Robbie. But the box was too big to fit in any of the post office boxes. So they put a paper in my mail slot, because my P.O. box is this big. It's only big enough for letters. And the occasional padded envelope, if they fold it, will fit in there. So anything bigger gets put in an additional locker, and then they put a key in my mailbox, and I have to go. It's like a little treasure hunt. You take the key, you find the matching number, and you go unlock the box and get your prize out, right? So Miss Robbie's box didn't fit in any of the P.O. boxes, any of them. So they put a letter in there that says you have to come to the window. So I had to go during regular business hours, which I'm not a fan of doing, but I was very happy to do it because what's in this box is amazing. But I'm not showing that to you just yet. Let me put that back as a matter of fact. Okay, so I take the paper and I take it up to the window, and she comes back with this envelope. Okay? Says postage due, $1.45. Honey, I need you to go away for a minute. I will deal with you in a minute, okay? I love you. I love you. So $1.45, that's not a big deal to me. Like, I get way more of these than you would think where the postage is not quite correct. Okay? Does anybody recognize that? The date on this is June 20th. It's October. Yeah? So if you haven't seen this and you sent this to me, this beautiful fairy card, or an angel, she may be either or. This card is from Patti. And Patti put me some notes in there, but I don't read my personal notes because that's for me. June. So she brought this out. I assumed that this was the package that, okay, well, I need to pay postage and then no big deal. And there was, by the way, this really cute hat in there. This was before I learned how to knit. And this is the bloom yarn. And she put in the note that she made me a knit hat so that I could see what the bloom looked like in knit. How sweet is that? This is actually going to probably go to little man because he likes it. And it fits his head very well. And it's beautiful. And thank you, Patti, for thinking of me. And I'm sorry that I just now got it because that's not the end of the story. So that was awesome. I love this card. It's going to go in my box of cards. I have hundreds of cards from you guys that I keep, every single one of them. They're in a box under my desk. And this, of course, will go to little man. I think he will love that. So that's my June card. So I go back out to the car where Mr. Cinnamon is waiting for me. And I look in my app and it still says that the package with the code on it was still waiting to be picked up at my P.O. box. So I was like, now at this point, I had already been up to the window. I waited in line. I was a little bit embarrassed once I got up there because my hands are still like really, really gross. And like they're greased up right now, so they don't look as bad. But when they're when there's not grease on them, they look like I spread glue all over my hands and the glue dried. So that's a little bit embarrassing. And my knuckles and my elbows, like, I'm sorry if that grosses you out, but I wanted to, you know, this is what was happening. And I came out to the car, I was like, can you please go back in there? Because I was embarrassed. I'm afraid people are going to think that my hands are contagious and they're going to like not want to touch the same things that I'm touching. And I was embarrassed. Real talk, okay? So I was like, it still says that this package has not been picked up. Can you just please go look? So then he comes out with the box that's actually supposed to be picked up. And this envelope. Do you see anything strange about that? Christmas, right? It says it was supposed to be sent back because of insufficient postage. But it never got sent back. And the date on this is January 3rd. So this package has been sitting in my post office since January. And it is from Taralynn. So I have some really old candy canes. Because this was a Christmas gift from Taralynn. I have some beautiful Christmas stickers. I'm probably going to give those to little man too because he likes stickers. My first Christmas card of this season. It's going to count. Beautiful note. Okay. I read all that. This beautiful little baggie. So Taralynn probably thinks I'm just rude and I didn't open her card. And Taralynn, thank you. And I'm sorry. Totally not my fault. Had no idea this has been sitting in my post office since January. Because they didn't tell me. I've been to that window several times for stuff like this. That postage is due and there's an envelope. Like several times over this year. Like I can't even count how many times I've been to that dang window with a thing that says 8193, which is my P.O. box. Why this has been sitting around since January, I have no bloody clue. Anyway, I'm irritated. There are beautiful stitch markers in here. Beautiful. I'm not going to open the bags because I'm greasy and I'm not going to be able to open them. Are those pretty? So, these are going to go in that Tinkerbell box right there. Let's see. Because that is where I store all my stitch markers. But it's not going to be there for very long because I want to display them so I can see them. So I'm going to probably crochet like a board, and I'm going to hang it up maybe right here. Right here. I'm hang it on that so that I can see them and they're out and visible and you guys can see them, because I have a lot of stitch markers from you guys and I do love them all. I appreciate the effort. Whether you bought them from an Etsy seller or you made them yourselves, I know that they're a special gift just for me, and like I really, really love them and appreciate them. And it's like you guys are sending me like jewelry. Like so Merry Christmas, Taralynn. And thank you. I don't know if these are still good, but I don't care if little man needs those, so he might need those too. Could not believe that. I could not believe that it took that long to get that package. So then, this is my second Christmas gift of the year. So that was my first Christmas present, right? And then I don't have the box for this anymore. Oh, be careful, be careful. All right. This has a gift receipt, but it does not say who it's from. And I got the email. I don't remember your name, and I'm so sorry. I will look it up, and I will email you and thank you directly if I can find that email. But one of you lovely people is also originally from Michigan. And when I mentioned the yarn a couple weeks ago that was called Frankenmuth, I got a lot of comments about Bronners specifically. Okay, I didn't mention Bronners in the video, but I am fully aware of I love Bronners. And here's a little note that you may not know unless you've been to Florida. On I-75, I believe it is, in Florida, going north, I got something in my eye, and I can't touch my eye because I have steroids on my hands. I-75 north in Florida, there is a sign for Bronners in Michigan that says, Bronners, world's largest Christmas store. It's like 2,000 something miles north on I-75. In case you didn't know that, there's a Bronner sign in Florida. I don't know why, but it's there. And we used to, because when we lived in Michigan, we would drive to Florida down I-75. And we would stop in like Knoxville because that was almost the halfway point. And then we would continue on to Florida the next day. So it was like 12 hours and then like, 10 hours or something, right? Well, anyway, a lot of you were mentioning about Bronners. Bronners is a huge, massive warehouse of a Christmas, year-round Christmas shop. And it is beautiful and it is cool. And they sell like every type of Christmas ornament you could possibly want in your life. So this beautiful person decided she's going to go because she heard me talking about Frankenmuth. She's going to go on Bronner's website and just look because she was, reminiscing and maybe she wanted to buy herself something. She said while she was there, she saw some stuff that I might like. So she sent me a package from Bronners from Frankenmuth, Michigan, which just the thought of that in itself made me so happy. Oh, and by the way, I got something else in the box I want to show you because this tickled me a little bit too. Let me find it. See, I take everything out of all the individual boxes. And I break stuff, apparently. I also got my Mary Maxim catalog in my thing. Well, anyway, where is it at? I bet little man got it. Oh, here it is. Okay. When you order from Bronners, they put a little candy cane in there. And a thank you note. It says, thank you for placing an order. I didn't place the order, but I thank you for giving it to me. And if you would like to receive the Bronners catalog, you can go to bronners.com or mail this back. But another candy cane in October. Hey, I'm cool with that. Christmas all year, baby. So anyway, I know everything is a long story long today. It's going to be a long video. I don't apologize. You guys seem to like when I ramble. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, Bronners is having a pumpkin sale. Oh, a pumpkin tale. There's a little book in here, a little story. Little man will like that too. He's a really good reader. He started reading when he was just before 2 years old, like full-on sentences at like 1 3/4 years old. Back to Bronners. I still have something in my eye. You guys. So anyway, she said while she was ordering Bronners, she saw some things I might like and wanted to give them to me. So first of all, the Stitchy Poo. I love Stitchy Poo. And he's the cutest thing you ever saw. Oh, I love him. I actually have several Lilo N Stitches on my Christmas tree. One year, I'm going to have enough Disney ornaments to actually have just a full Disney Christmas tree. But right now, it's about half Disney. And a lot of my Christmas ornaments actually come from the thrift store because I really love thrift stores. But isn't he the cutest thing ever? Oh, I just love him. He's so cute. And then she sent me this one, which a lot of people, especially in like Disney videos, are saying like, who wants anything with 2020 on it? Who wants to remember 2020? But here's something you need to remember. 2020 is a year that is going to be in the history books. This year is going to go down in history. 100 years from now, they're going to be talking about all of this and how it changed the world forever. So I want to remember 2020. I love stuff that says 2020 on it. Our lives are literally changing every single day. The way we do things is changing. And it probably will never go back to the way that it used to be entirely, because good stuff is also coming from the changes that are being made. For example, I made a video. Me and Mr. Cinnamon made a video on our other channel, Lilo N Stitches. I will link that below in case anybody's curious. It's a Disney channel. We talk about Disney stuff. We were talking about some of the changes at Disney World. And we were talking about how some of it is like actually better than the way it was before. Like security has changed. So instead of like security guards rumbling through your bags, you walk through a machine and it x-rays you. I don't know what it does, but it tells if you have metal on you, where you have metal on you, whatever. And it makes the entry into the park like way faster, way more efficient, way easier. You got to deal with those snotty security guards that are like got an attitude. Because we've dealt with a couple there, and let me tell you. Okay, so, and there's also been like local changes, like there's more just ease in ordering stuff online. There's more ease in ordering stuff and then going and picking it up. And I think all of these are positive changes for our future, and it's actually propelling us forward. And I think, like, you know, there's a lot of good things that's coming from all of the changes that have happened this year. So 2020, like, yeah, I want 2020 stuff. And then this is the last ornament that I keep showing you, this box. This is my favorite, and I'll tell you why. I love Disney. You guys know I love Disney. I mean, Disney is life. But I learned to knit this year. And to me, it was a 2-year struggle of learning to knit. And so having a knitting ornament now to memorialize me learning to knit this year is so extra special to me. Isn't that so pretty? I just love that. I love that. And I really like this style of ornaments, because if you don't know, which you probably don't know, like, why would you know this about me? But I really like my Christmas decorations. If I can find stuff that is reminiscent of like the 50s and 60s, that is my absolute favorite. And this is just like, this is actually probably the 20s, but like the older looking, the better. It just makes me happy. Like, I love bubble lights, for example. You remember those little bubble lights? They look like candles, but they bubble. My mom had those when I was a little girl. And I had them a couple years ago, but they stopped working because they were the new kind. Like, I just love like old-fashioned Christmas. Like, the older the better, the folkier the better. Like, handmade wooden ornaments. I love that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Okay, so now finally we have wrapped around in the Happy Mail to the last thing, which is the first thing that got all of this started, which is the box from Robbie. Big shout out to Robbie. Robbie is the reason I've ever had a furls hook in my life. Furls, furls, because I've had people say that they don't understand what I'm saying lately, and I can understand it's a weird word, okay? My furls crochet hooks, which are my favorite, Robbie is the first person that sent me one of those. She's the reason I love them so much, and I got hooked on them. Hooked, huh? So, Robbie has been very, very sweet to me, and she sends me notes occasionally, and she's been through a lot, and I have like a deep love for her. Anyway, she sends me packages randomly because she's thought of me while she was out, and that's what happened here. She said she was out shopping, having a grand old time, and she saw some stuff that reminded her of me, and so she bought all of it. This box. Ooh, what was that? His box is jam-packed full of Disney stuff that she saw while she was on her shopping excursion. And there was a couple things that were in here that were broke, and they had to be thrown out because they were like broke. But I don't care about that at all, because everything else in here was like so cool. I actually wrote her a little email, and I was like, I wanted to cry opening this package so bad because I was so touched by it. But at the same time, like, the Disney stuff made me so happy. I was like, I was giggling through the whole thing. Okay, so to start off with, there's this really super cute lunch pail. And this is going to be perfect for, like, now that the kids are back in school. If me and Mr. Cinnamon want to go on a little picnic up at our secret spot that you guys kind of know about, I could pack a little lunch. Put a bottle of wine in there if I wanted. Not that I drink, but like, you know, whatever. And in here I put 1 cup because I didn't want it to get broke. She sent me a set of these cups. Let me see if I can put something behind it. Or something in it, better yet. Ta-da! That works. These are the coolest cups ever. It's got the original drawing designs of the characters, and it's got the ideas, like the little artist notes on there that says, Goofy's snout tilts upward a little. Pluto, eyebrows protrude above his head. His eyes are placed to the front of the head, pupils closed together. Minnie, feet close together, it makes her more ladylike. Now, this is totally sidetracked again. I took my oldest niece to go get her senior pictures taken, and most of the photographers were men. And one of the guys was kind of younger. He was, you know, he was good at some of the poses, but he didn't know he was dealing with me. I have lots of experience in photography because that's what I did for a living. And so I asked for a specific pose, and he's all, yeah. And he looked at her, and he's all, I'm not real good with positioning feet for girls. And he goes, so can you figure out what to do with your feet? And I looked at her and I was like, just put your feet close together, legs closed. It's ladylike. That's how you should pose females. You don't want females standing with their legs spread wide open in a picture. It makes them look either masculine or it makes them look bigger than what they are. And no woman wants to look bigger than what they are. So that's legs together, feet close together, or like feet one in front of the other, slims your body down. Photography trick 101. So that kind of makes me giggle because that's what that makes me think of. Donald Duck's hat usually worn at a cocky angle. Isn't that cute? These cups, so there were supposed to be 4, 1 broke. So there's 3, but that's cool because little man is not good with these kind of cups. He's not. He breaks them, he drops them, he throws them in the sink when he's done drinking water. So we keep him either with plastic cups or with coffee cups, which is also in there. He's really good with coffee cups because he tends to hold it by the handle and set it down, and instead of dropping it like he would a big glass. And there's this skinnier tapered kind with Pluto on it, with all of the little design details of Pluto. There's a lot in this box, so please bear with me. She like went overboard, and I'm just I'm I'm so touched. And then there's these bigger coffee cups. Now, one of these bigger coffee cups got broke. However, the lid did not. And the lid fits perfectly on this little cup. So there's 3 of these bigger cups with the caps. And then an extra cap with the littler cup for little man. So he still gets his little lid. He is completely happy with that. He is like so excited. So excited. I'll show you. Some of it's already put away because I didn't want anything else to get broke. So see, here's the lid from the bigger cup that fits the skinnier cup for him. And this one is Mickey Mouse and this one's Pluto. Is that not cute? These are so stinking cute. There's loud people right on the other side of the door. He just went. Hey, close the door, baby. Close it tight.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too. You just want to be on the video. Close the door.
I'm telling you something. Good luck.
Thank you. I don't need luck, but thank you. He wants so desperately to be on TV. He wants to be on the channel. And he doesn't understand. I'm just trying to protect him. But anyway, there was originally 4 of these plates, but 1 got broke. But that's okay. Are these not the cutest things ever? I don't think I would let little man use these anyway because he breaks stuff. He breaks a lot of stuff. He's rough. He's a little boy. But those are cute. These might actually go into my china cabinet because I have lots of you guys don't know this about me either. You know that I shop thrift stores. I love thrift stores, but I also really love having a beautiful place setting at our kitchen table for like all the holidays. So I have a flowery set of dishes that's for Easter. I have 2 sets of Christmas dishes that's for Thanksgiving and Christmas because I haven't found any Thanksgiving plates that I really like. I mean, I have a big Thanksgiving platter, but I have like, it's mostly Christmas stuff. And I had a big service for 8 set of Mickey Mouse dishes that my mom found at Salvation Army. Oh, years. It was years ago. I don't even remember. It was probably, I think it was like the year before she died. It's like 2009. And she did not have money. When her and my dad got divorced, it was like, it left her like financially ruined. Not that my dad ever had money, but like she was on SSI and she was very limited income, and it's a long story that I'm sure she would not want told, but she didn't have the money to buy these dishes for me because it was service for 8 and it was $80 at the thrift store. And so she called up Mr. Cinnamon and she's all, I know that Jen would love this for Christmas. Is there any way you can come buy this? And he did, of course, because he knew I would love it. But over the years, like it's 2009, every plate has got broke. Every cup has got lost or misplaced. It's just, I have maybe 2 of the plates left. I have none of the bowls. I have a couple of the coffee mugs. So this, to me, I want to savor these, save these, cherish these, put them up somewhere where I can have them for a long time. Because, you know, little kids, and it's not just my 2, it's like with the 2 nieces, like there was a time there were 4 kids in this house, like 4 little kids in this house. And it was crazy. It was crazy. So that's not all that's in this box. Okay. You can imagine this box was heavy. This box was heavy. I took a lot of the plates out and the cups and stuff, and I put those away because I did not want them to get dropped and broke. And then if you guys recall, this made me laugh and this made me so happy because if you guys remember, when I was showing you guys the yarn that started the outbreak on my hands, I was afraid to touch it. So I brought in my Mickey Mouse pot holder. These are clean. There's no stains on them. They're so cute. And I love that they're like little, they're shorty mitts. I love that. So that tickled me so much because now I have even more. But that's not all. That's not all. This set is in there. So it has the flat one and the mitt one, and this really cute Mickey Mouse towel. It's so cute. Oh, so I have Mickey and Minnie. Now if I can just keep these from other people using them to wipe the counter off after they spill something, because that's a lot of my pot holders. My pot holders are always out because I always use them more than anything else. But that means that other hands in the house go, oh, there's a piece of material. I'm going to wipe the counter off. And that's how they get most of their stains. And then there's this really cool drying mat for your dishes. We don't generally dry dishes on the counter, but I'm definitely going to put this to use. Because there are so many other uses for this. And then there's these. These are cutting boards. I'm probably going to show some of this on my other channel too, because it's Happy Mounds Disney, so it technically goes for the other channel. So if you see that video twice, you don't have to watch it twice. And then there's these little measuring spoons. Now, the funny thing is about this is I do not buy myself stuff like this. I buy the cheapest stuff that I can find for the kitchen because it's going to get used and it's going to get worn down, and I'm very careful with our money. I don't do the themed stuff even though I love it and I want it, because I feel guilty for spending the extra money on stuff like this. So I never in a million years would have bought any of this for myself. I just wouldn't have. And so having someone else, like, this brings me back to my mom again, okay? Moms, grandmothers, they tend to do stuff like that for you. Sometimes your sister, like if you have a really good sister, a really good aunt, they will do stuff like this and like do your whole kitchen for you because they love you. They know it will make you happy. And maybe they were a mom too, and they're like, hey, like, I know what it's like to not want to spend money on yourself for stuff like that. And so, like, that always brings me back to, makes me think about my mom or grandma. She sent me this really beautiful card. Now, Miss Robbie is going to be having surgery here pretty soon. And so, you know, if you're the type to pray or send good energy, whatever you believe in, just do that for Robbie. I know she's a little bit scared. She's, you know, nobody wants to go through surgery. And so, you know, just send her some love, send her some positive energy. And while we're in the praying spirit or the positive energy spirit or the just well wishes for someone, I do have another little, I do not, and I will say this, I do not want to force my beliefs on anyone ever. If you don't believe in God, that is cool. I am good with that. If you worship the earth, I am good with that. If you believe that positive thinking and positive energy is the way to get things done in your life, I support every belief that could possibly be out there. If you believe nothing happens or nothing helps, I support that too. So before I go into this asking for prayers, positive energy, whatever you believe in, I will put that in there that I do not ever want to push my beliefs on anyone. I don't want to change what you believe. I support everyone's belief, no matter how different it may be. I just don't care about any of that. What I care about is my friend. Okay, so I have a very dear friend. I've known her for a very long time, and I have talked about her on this channel before. She became a grandmother this week. It's her first grandbaby. Her son is in his 20s. He's young. His wife is very young. And the baby was born via emergency C-section. And there are a lot of health complications right now. Very scary health complications. And I cannot imagine being the mom going through that at such a young age. I cannot imagine being the dad and your wife is going through that and you're with the baby and you can't be in both places at once. I can't imagine being a first-time grandmother and watching this with your children and feeling helpless. So, if you could pray for baby E, I'm just going to say baby E, send prayers, send well wishes, send whatever you believe will help to her and to the family. And yeah, sending you guys my love. I don't know if she watches these videos, but I figure there's almost 16,000 of you out there. If a couple hundred of you say a little prayer, send positive something, send some sort of energy to them, I believe it will make a world of difference. And I absolutely believe in miracles, as I have been the recipient of them. So, with that being said, I am going to end this episode with love and affection to all of you, and gratitude. And I will say something my mom said all the time. My cup runneth over. You guys send me so much love and affection through gifts, through comments, through just energy and love and prayers being sent to me. Ugh. I love each and every one of you, and I am so, so grateful that you are a part of my life and that I'm a part of yours. I will see you in the next one.